Mr. Aaron Duce Anthony. Let me say good night to everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Aljo. All the people gathered here tonight, we are all about celebrating the life of a great man, a great cultural man, a great pan man, a great businessman, an inventor, so to speak. And it's all about celebrating life. He's no longer here with us in the flesh. His spirit might be around somewhere here. So let's celebrate the life of Mr. Aaron Duce Anthony. And to do that, before we start, we're going to call on Mr. Vidal, who has played an extreme part in his life. I think recognize him, took him down to Trinidad to be recognized in the Pan fraternity. So put your hands together for Mr. Vidal. He's going to be open the prayer for us tonight.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Good evening, greetings to all, and let's bow our head in prayer as we remember a brother, an unsung hero, a pioneer, a man who meant so much to so many and got back little or nothing, a man who loved his people, a man who was community-spirited, community-oriented, and a man who has served his country well. Father, we ask your blessings on this evening proceedings. We ask you to bless the family of Duce. We ask that as we assemble here to remember in retrospect the man that we know to be. And Father, we know that he was something to all of us. He meant something to his community. He meant something to the band that he has led and the band that he has guided. Not only guided, Father, but when you look at the young people who he always advocated for in terms of developing the Pan movement and the way they exhibited and displayed themselves this year to the glory of the band and all it achieved for Carnival just concluded. So we ask you many blessings on this evening's proceedings. Bless us all as we sit and hear the various tributes that will be offered on his behalf. And may at the end of it all, as we get to our homes and proceed tomorrow to that final place where we will then start our farewell. May it all serve us to your honor and glory for Christ's sake. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vidal. And of course, now that we have the blessing of the Almighty with us, we all know why we are gathered here. Tonight is about paying tribute to Mr. Aaron Duce. All those who have, tomorrow will the funeral be, so we want to get that part out. Special tributes, don't be afraid. Once you open up the microphone, come up, speak from your heart, speak honestly, and let's all enjoy the tributes. There's something that some of us know that you might know. So whatever you know in the life of this gentleman, a businessman, a community man, a father, a brother, and we could go on and on. I'll leave that for the people doing the tributes. But I only know the guy as a brother to me. Duce. You ready to make a tribute? Good night, sir. Well, just hold for a second. What I'd like to say before we start doing that, when you come up, you'll say who you are if you represent an organization, and then you're going to make your tributes. We don't want it to be extremely long, but we want to be, hang on. We want it to be positive, all right, and extremely long. So the mic is over to you, sir.
Pleasant good night to everyone. Mr. Duce, I respect him as a father to our son. My name is Kenneth Sean Brian Taylor. All right? But what I'm saying, okay? Duce, Jason, and I, all are we, Froggy, all are we? I'm saying, Mr. Duce, and you should, you're drinking vodka over and out, right? With the orange juice. And he goes, say, hey, Taylor, take me Cuba and go, boy, Terry, wrong and bar on the bath for me. But what I'm saying, loving the house, and furthermore, I appreciate him, and may his soul rest in peace. And all of us, sometime we're here, we don't know what time we're going out, right? So at the end of the day, if it's that, it's that, okay? So, loving the house.
Thank you very much. That way that is. Hello? Where that is? All right, so we continue with the tributes, ladies and gentlemen. We're asking people to come up and make a tribute. Let's don't stick. All right. So we have the senior superintendent.
Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, friends, family members. My name is Rodil Kirk. I'm the superintendent of police, Tobago. First of all, let me extend my sincerest condolences to the family and friends of Iron Anthony. The relationship between myself and Mr. Duce went backwards for about 2 decades. You know, as Duce had a relationship with the police where we had to carry the vehicles there to change the tires, etc. And you know, every time I visit there, it's always some form of encouragement. And you know, what I could say is that one of those conversations I told him that I was about to go away to study. And, you know, he's a person, he keeps giving me that encouragement because he's always want to say, I want to see you in khaki. And, you know, that was one of the few persons that gave me some support. And, you know, I went away, I came back, and when I came back, you know, we always maintained that relationship. Even up until the time when I understand he wasn't doing well, and I say, Froggy, where Duce? I called him and I ain't getting no answer. He said, well, Duce in Signal Hill. So I went to the hospital and I saw him. You know, I was a bit taken aback with how I saw him, but he still had that vigor talking with me. And even up to that point, he was giving me advice. And you know, he's a person I always supported over the years as well. Even when I wanted to buy tires, I go in only by Duce to buy tires. You know, sometimes 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, Duce might show up knocking my door. And he'll bring some kind of thing, some kind of wild meat, some kind of thing he'd bring in. You know what I mean? And that's the man. And you know, I always respect him. You know, he's one of the few persons I held in high regard. And, you know, it's a sad thing when I heard that he passed on. You know, and he's a person I will always have etched in my memory, somebody I respect. May his soul rest in peace. May God bless his soul. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Now, for those who don't know, we are live on YouTube, so don't be shy. So we don't want to have no blank spaces. So we want to, if you're making a tribute and you come, let's keep the thing rolling, all right, for television purpose. We don't wait, we don't sit to wait because I want to wait until everybody talk and then make a tribute. You come tonight, if you want to make a tribute, come up and say what you have to say because we are rolling on YouTube, all right? So, why nobody ain't coming? Iron, Duce, Anthony, you know, my good friend, could always say, we always have a good laugh anytime we buy the garage. So we have a lady, so I had a cut.
Good night, everybody. My name is Sherman Allen. I'm going to try to get through this without some tears. I'm originally from Plymouth. Duce has been my friend for more than 40 years. When he was working taxis in Piaco, and a group of us young teachers from Tobago were in Port of Spain Teachers College. And he would pick us up from Piago and take us to where we stayed. And our friendship has maintained throughout the years. It's at Duce's house that I stay whenever I come to Tobago, even though my father was in Plymouth, because I'm from Plymouth originally, and I have family there still, but the place that I always stayed was at Duce's. Whenever I called, and he heard my voice, "S.O.?" I said, "Yes." "When you're coming?" And I would tell him when I'm coming. He would be at the airport to pick me up, or he would send one of the guys to pick me up. And by the time I got to his house on Chance Street, he had a refrigerator that was full with everything I'd ever need. He said, if you need anything else, let me know. I'll send one of those fellas by Penny Savers or one of those other grocery stores to get whatever I needed. Duce was my friend. I didn't know he was sick. I live in Florida, so I tried calling him, and sometimes I can't get him on the phone. And the week before Christmas, I woke up early one Sunday morning and I said, I have to find Duce today. And I called, and he answered. Looking back now, he had to have been very sick. I said, "Duce, you don't sound like yourself. How you doing?" And he tried to perk himself up because he knows that I was away and didn't want me to worry about him. That's the kind of relationship we had. I didn't have to see him every day. All I had to do was to pick up that phone. I would miss my friend dearly. It was a pure love between Duce and I. Never a relationship. I wasn't interested in him. He wasn't interested in me. We were just good, solid friends for 40 plus years. And I miss him already. Thank you.
Well, definitely you can feel the love from deep down within, and that's what we're talking about. That's the kind of guy that Duce was, and I know that everybody in this room accept him for that. So we continue with the tributes. Keep them flowing. Who's next? So we're going to wait, and somebody's going to find a way up here. And I mean, so many things that we could say about the guy's contribution to the steel band fraternity, nurturing the young ones, had a pan class in the back of his tire shop, always keeping the pan movement going. So we have a brother coming on stage. Just say your name, please. Oh.
Good night to the congregation. I have known Duce for all of his 74 years. We grew together. You're not hearing me properly? We grew up together, me and Duce. In fact, I was around when Duce took a 4-inch nail and a stone and started grooving an old pan. I was there. It was him and me. I was there when Duce was one of the finest barbers in the 60s late. I was there when Duce made a cabinet for his grandmother on a Christmas. I was there. And I don't want to say much about Duce again because the rest, everybody else know about that. Because you all know when he worked taxi in Trinidad and he come back here and he opened the tire shop. Everybody know about that. But I could tell you, Duce, some people said Duce arrogant. But Duce was not arrogant, you know. He was just aggressive. Anything he wants to do, he don't want nothing in his way. And whensoever he does that, what he wants to do, he does it real good. Duce is the man who initiated Moncton Buccaneers. He got the sponsor from Mr. Colan, the white man who built the golf course. Duce was barbering him and told him about the steel band. It's the white man who named the band Buccaneers. It was not to be named that. But he said, you know, English people, you're from Buku, so give it the name Buccaneers. Duce initiated that. So that's only a few of his attributes. Somebody else might say more about it. I want to play something on the keyboards in tribute to him. So this is just this talking part. But my name is Mitchell Bruce. They call me Tuma.
So we're going to get something on the keyboard from Tumac. And we're hearing more and more attributes coming about Iron Duce. I didn't know him as a barber. I knew him as a taxi driver in Trinidad. Now we're hearing that he was a barber. So, the gentleman on the keyboard, like Auntie Kate used to say, take it away, Dalalahi.
So close like no other. I've known you as a father. known you as a friend. I have lived in the goodness all my life. You have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. Every breath I am able, oh Lord, I will sing of the goodness of God. Your goodness is running out, it's running out to me. Your goodness is running out, it's running out to me. Your goodness is running out, it's running out to me. Your goodness is running out, it's running out to me. But my life laid on, I surrender now. I gave you everything. Your goodness is running out, it's running out to me. Your goodness is running out, it's running out to me. Your goodness is running out, it's running out to me. But my life laid down, I surrender now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running out, it's running out to me. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. Every breath I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. I will sing of the goodness of God. I will sing of the goodness of God. I will sing of the goodness of God.
Thank you. Yeah.
Two.
Yeah. So, all right. So put your hands together for the brother one more time. I think he did a fantastic job. So we continue with the tributes. Mr. Gentleman, could I get the background music, please? This is one of Duce's favorite songs that he played. 2010, he won this with Panorama. And he always boasted and telling me, I'm the only man to win a Panorama with a chutney. He started that movement. So put your hands together for that. We're going to give you a little taste of the slow version. Every time I go on the air on a Saturday, oh God, play the tune for me now, man. He and Froggy. Play the tune for me now. So this is Radical Carlton Zander arrangement in a slow version. Take a little taste. So, DJ, take it down a little bit. We'll have that in the background while the tributes go on. So, the floor is open again. Anybody who want to make their tributes, the time is about now. You're not going to wait until you get later, so please come up. Thank you, Brother B.
All right, just take it down a little bit. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. We're not awake, but here awake is to wake up the spirits, you know. All right, so it's energy and vibes. I'm supposed to speak tomorrow, so I was avoiding talking tonight. But I'm a talker. I talk for a living. So I can't sit down there and watch another talker talk out the whole night asking me people to come up and I sit down there. So I just want to say, the SO, you used to teach me small government. So use the SO that everybody was asking about long time. You say, well, minding your business. That is part of it, yeah. That is a week. You just want to know who is she. But I know that voice, I know the face. Yes, you taught me when I was a little boy in medicinal government. Yeah, SO. And then when you went missing, everybody wanted to know where you went. So we now find out that you're a friend of Duce. We share a common friendship, all right? But I will tell you a little bit about how I got to know Duce. In fact, Duce seeked me out. So on radio, well, let me go back to scouting days, right? When Duce used to donate a steel pan to Scouting for Talent, his brother Froggy, look him there, the tall, strapping fella, when it's time to give out the steel pan, Froggy would go and sit where all the sponsors would sit. And you would ask where Duce is, and they would say, when Baker say, a steel pan sponsored by Duce, Froggy get up, bring up the steel pan and give it away. Froggy, look, Froggy there. Right. So, so Duce, I come into the sad part, I don't want to preempt what I'm going to talk about tomorrow because I want to blast some people. We have to understand to value people regardless of their status. This morning I was talking about loving by status. Today's Valentine's night, right? So here my wife. Where you going? I said, I'm going the week. I said, I clear back my throat. I say, hello. I go in and show love to the family. Before I continue, let me extend condolences. Come, Froggy. Condolences to Froggy, his sisters, and the rest of the Anthony family. Froggy called me. He said, Brother B, your partner in the hospital, you know. And I'm going to the sad part. So, but before that, so I got to know Duce through Kudnaram. Kudnaram and Duce, he probably couldn't be here tonight, were like this. When he connected with me on the radio and so on, and he always wanted to know who this fella is. Kudnaram bring him to my house. I was not home. My wife called me and say, Duce by you. I said, what Duce doing by me? He brings something for you. And he was talking about developing this product, which was, we wash wares with it. You bathe with it too. It's something like a cucumber. What? It's very, very, you wash wares, you could bathe with it. And he was telling me about, because he liked my creativity and he liked how I talk and try to promote local things and so on. Anyhow, so we became close. He went on to tell me about some of his trials, which I will talk about tomorrow. I don't want to preempt. That's why I was reluctant to come up to talk tonight, because I don't want to repeat the same thing I'm going to talk about tomorrow. However, the sad part about Duce passing is that he did not get to live out his vision. And sometimes we believe that a fella have to have a doctorate or some kind of paper to be listened to and respected. A person may have a vision, and because of where you sit, that vision is not respected. And the tragedy in his passing is that he did not get to pass on his knowledge. Maybe he's telling me about one fella who, I don't know if the guys are wrong, and I hope he's there tomorrow, that has been learning a little bit from him. And, you know, what makes me sad is that we ignored his call to pass on the knowledge. I'm going to repeat this tomorrow because it's important to say. Miles Monroe said the richest place on earth is the graveyard, because people die with their knowledge and gone with it. The man used to grieve. He said, Brother B, come. Oh God, I want to pass on this knowledge. I want to have a pan factory. He said they're manufacturing pan all over the world, and I have this thing. Sometimes I go by Duce, and he is there down in the pan. I come up, I stand up here, you know. He has seen me yet, and he's making this pan. He's making this instrument. You know, quickly, before I go. Or you ask me to talk, I'll go talk. I went to Winnipeg, Manitoba in the 80s, 84, thereabout. And there was a festival they have in Winnipeg, Manitoba. It's a Caribbean festival, right? I grew up near the Panyard in Mason Hall. Couple and the Wonder Boys with Brady and Pecky and them. And I didn't like Pan at all. Because Bassa, David Isaac, and Maraldo used to tune Pan in the yard. We go into tote water from the standpipe. And when you going home, this Pan tune. Anyhow, so we in the festival in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And I hearing Pan quite up the road up there. Listen now, I get jittery. And I'm saying, who playing such sweet Pan? I followed the sound in this piece. And when I went there, I saw foreigners, Caucasian people playing Pan. Hear the, I stoops, I vex. Hear me, but I can't play what I'm playing. Then is when I respected the instrument, you know. Then is when I fall in love with the Pan. I came home and I went by Miss Armstrong, where All Stars used to be. You know what I'm talking about. By where Penny Savers, Mr. York, you know what I'm talking about. Miss Armstrong, and then used to tune people up there. I went there to play Pan, but I'm not very musical. When they put me alone to play, I'm making all kind of mistake. The woman say, hey, this is not for you. So, but the point is, sometimes we wait until people are gone to say, oh God, if I didn't know. And this is a sad moment. If we did know, we'd have embraced Duce and opened the Pan factory. You're going to hear more about that tomorrow. Thank all you. Very good.
All right, Brother B. You know, is it, Brother B saying sometime, it does happen, nobody will give you flaws on your life. It's when you're dead, they're saying all the nicest thing about you. As you say, then you're rich. They give you all the blessings, everything. But don't worry, we know Duce always advance to the cause of the Pan. And in my conversation with him, one of his dreams was that area down at Crown Point. He always say, boy, why they don't build something down there so we could go on Sunday evening and all the bands could reach down there and we could play Pan. And, you know, and he wanted that area, that open space to turn into a Pan that when the tourists come off, and, you know, he always have a vision. When you sit down and you meet Duce, his story was Pan, 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 Pan. And when he can't get it, he called me in the morning. Ajo, talk to them for me now. I said, me? Duce, you have more power than me. But at least, before he passed, he was able to get some Pan into the school, which is important. So I only put all your hands together for that now. Yeah. So, and I had a conversation with the chief secretary in Panorama Finals the other night. And he said, what Duce has started will continue because he's going to make sure that Pan is in every school in Tobago. So I said, sir, I'm going to hold it to your word to that. Right? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Let's keep it flowing. I see a lot of men inside there, a lot of women. Today is Valentine's Day. I know you do say all of them be smiling. Because you like to make women happy, eh? Yeah, plenty times, you know. Come in, brother. Okay, we have a brother. We will hold back that. Just say your name.
Good night, everybody. My name is Brian Thomas, Chairman, Panum Tobago Region. So on behalf of the Central Executive, President of Panum Tobago, and the Regional Executive for Tobago, I'd like to say condolences to the family and the steel band world. So as the two speakers said before, two passions that Duce had was continue teaching somebody to tune Pan and also Pan in school. We had a lot of discussions about that. And everybody knows that the tire shop is an institution. Right? You're not just going there to change a tire. A lot of decisions are made by the tire shop. You know, whether, yeah, a lot of decisions is made there. So that's an institution by itself. And we like to continue that. Froggy, you have a big weight on your shoulder to carry on. Right? So, you know, he was really, really passionate about that, and he always talk about this Pan factory, and we have Cove there, and we could get the Pan factory in Cove, and the Pan in school, and he spoke about the Pans that he donated to Speyside High School. And, you know, we know that he started an audit. He actually started auditing all his schools in Tobago by going and check the Pans to see what they need, what was good and what was not good. So he continued his work. And I am also the manager of First Citizens Tobago Panthers. And he really helped my band a lot. I'm really grateful for that. When we didn't have pans, he will loan us pans for Panorama. Even this year, we had borrow some stands from him and stuff. And while we were in Trinidad for semifinals, I found out that he was in the hospital. And that was like the 6th of January. And semifinals came, that's a small band. And we got results about 1:30 in the morning. 1:30 in the morning, and Duce is in the hospital. And I received a phone call just about 2:15 that morning from Duce. I could hardly hear what he's saying. And all he wanted to know how much bands qualify for the finals. In the hospital at 2:15 in the morning. That is love for the steel pan. That is love, and we have to carry it on. Right? So, again, Duce, you contributed a lot, and we will try. Myself, as the chairman, 2 things I promise to push for is the panning school to restart in Tobago and continue discussions to have a pan factory in Tobago.
Well, you heard from the chairman of Panum Tobago region. And I'm hearing a telephone ringing off, people in Toronto, Bobo and everybody calling. They say they're locked on live and they have their tributes. They're going to send it to my phone. So look through for some international tributes coming through in just a short while. So we're continuing with the tributes. Ladies out there today is Valentine night. All the beautiful ladies, come up and show some love to Duce now. I know that. I've been making all you happy. As the gentleman say, the Panyard was the institution. When you go there, you know everything. Because just before his passing, we were trying to tally. He always had this saying, he saved a lot of men marriage. So we are about to tally the number of men marriage that he saved. So when Duce passed, the first call I get from Froggy, Aljo, you're going to come and secure these things, I see. Froggy said, well, you got to be in charge because you and the man always telling how many marriages he saved. So all the men who do save their marriage, we will talk about it a little later. Or they come up and show some love. So we have reached a good number. We are tallying the amount because they used to come. But when they come, do say hold on. But here, you twist him out. What I'll do? Watch it coming. So when he, right, watch. And they go on out the door. He say that is 1, 2. So the name added Dr. Duce. I gave him that name because of his medication that he applied to men. So gentlemen, Froggy hold a stash, so all the guys come to me. Don't be afraid. As soon as all come, I call your name on the radio. So I got to know the numbers. Don't be afraid. All right, anybody? I had to say that is the truth. Yeah. Brother B, you got to, Brother B, yeah. Yeah. We all in this thing together. A partner of mine used to say, listen, Arjo, they make the thing for man, You just have to be careful. Right? Know your measurements. So, people in the audience, please, let's keep it going on. Any more tributes? If not, we'll ask you ready to do something on the pan for me? No, the pan man are talking about. Okay. So, what? Come, let's make this thing live. We're celebrating life. So many people sitting here. All who know Duce inside, they raise their hand. You see what all right. The one and only, the man who walked alongside Duce, put your hands together for wax. Mr. Lawrence Crooks.
Pleasant good night to this gathering. I am here, how to really put this thing? Duce and I, we came from far. And when he took the dive downward, I was there. every day. And my role was to keep consoling him by telling him simple things. Trust God. In everything you do, trust God. We reached where I used to leave my home in Mason and sleep in Boko by Duce. Not because of lawlessness, not because of I'm a vice man, but to ensure life continues. The last thing I would have asked Duce after a day's play, because something attempted will be something done. And where we are going to earn the night's repose, I will ask him, what is the movements for tomorrow? How are you going to move? And he will simply say, check me early. The check me early never have a time, but check me early. I will jump out of the box, and by 4:10, I will sit in Duce's porch. I'm not calling, I'm not knocking, I'm not coughing. And we'll wait there quietly until I see movements in the house. I say, boss man. He say, yes, Wax. I say, all right. He opened the door. And me and he will say prayers together. These are things that people on the outskirts will not know. Aljo could testify. George Lee could testify. Smalley could testify. Froggy could testify. Jason could testify. And it go on and on and on. And when I got the news that he is in the hospital, I said, Wax, you will not be able to go and see him for one common reason. My eyes, whenever I see sick people, at the end of the visit, if it plays within me that you are going to live, you're going to live. There's no mama guy with the eyes. God bless me the eyes to discern. And if I leave and say, you dead, that's it. And I didn't want him to die. I was the man with Duce every day for more than a year. Pan to sing, pan to burn. He said, Wax, what am I going to do without you? I said, just cherish me. Because I'm the individual. If I go in with you, I'm watching your back. And we up and over. Where they spoke about the pans given to space, I was the man who spoke at that gathering, advising the children to take a page out of the Chief Sec's book, because, as I said, he never thought as a child going to school he would have been an individual totally responsible for our people. So I encourage the children to pay all attention. Love school, love teachers. You can't live with all what's happening in school, you're going to live with a part that could help you. And Mr. Lawrence in Bethel died, and he had a love for tambourine. Well, everybody knows wax into the tambourine thing. I got a call to come to the week to perform. I said, okay, no problem. Because the individual that called me, Roy, and his daughter, she married to one of the brothers. I said, I wouldn't let it look stupid, because avoiding you being credited, it will hurt your dead father. Because he and I were good friends too, just like Duce and I. So I went. We arranged to reach the boys from Golden Lane at 7 o'clock by the Montgomery playfield. But my man does move early. Came down where the steel explosion was practicing. And the information was, where is Trevor with the van? Trevor with the vehicle, Trevor with the vehicle. Anyhow, Trevor came. And Jason went up and brought him down. And he and I had conversation. He was telling me, Wax, I need a little drive out because everybody knew I was the driver for a year plus. I said, listen, boss man, I have to leave here within the next 10 minutes to ensure I take the tambouriners from Golden Lane to Mr. Lawrence's residence to perform. Trevor Cadiz, if you listen to that announcement there, they say, close friend of the man Wax. Then they said, Trevor Cadiz. This is not no formulated story, no people. This is it. As I stand here, this is it. Trevor came and took him for the little drive. But while speaking to him, I on the passenger end where you were sitting, and the conversation started eye to eye, and slowly he shifting the focus. I said, Wax, this is it. So when Froggy called me and told me, Wax all over, I was like a crazy man. Wax was like a crazy man. Who made me snore? Because Duce was like brother, father, good friend, vice man. And anybody watch Wax, they know Wax is a vice man. Like rum and fit. Wine, woman, and songs, that was we. He like you slim and trim. You don't want no too much fat on your bones. This was the man, you know. A loving man. Hearing cry from every angle. But there's a streak in all of us. Because all of us who were born in Tobago, we had our Russian bush bat as babies. So all of us are temper. When it's time to smile, we smile. And when you want to play the thing with the long bushy tail and long hairs, we just show where the Russian kick in. So most of the times, when Duce want to play, I say, hey, out of that. And he go, watch. You know something? Come me down the road for a drive. That is just cool him off. So then I will miss him. And I know he's going to walk daily with me because one of the things, as they mentioned, he told it to the administrator in education that Wax is the second man. So the Panum school thing will not die. If only those that in authority pay attention to what was said to them. We all have to understand that. Because I know all his helpers. Froggy know them as well. So to get them to have the pans retuned and things like that, no problem. And I am sure, positively sure, come next week, don't be surprised if 25, somebody tell you, I see Wax with the hammer correcting notes. Because I've been with him right through. Thank you.
Well, you heard it all. He's a man talking with passion. I mean, if you know Lawrence Crooks, you know, he in everything, a musician. And if anybody could pass on or carry on the work of Iron Duce, I figure that's the guy there. Because he learned quicker. He's very, very quick. And he was there with Duce, ponging, tuning, hitting notes. And he would tell you sometime he in the panyard, he say, that note ain't come up yet, you know. He's still working on it. But he has an ear for music. He born with a gift. So put your hands together, Mr. Lawrence Crooks. So ladies, listen. If you don't want to come up here, I'm going to come down in the audience and you can stay right where you are and make a tribute. So we don't want to go on over and over with this. We're going to get in the band for a little bit. As soon as you guys ready, you ready? Okay, so we can have something from the band with Panis. I know you must peppy. So, let's go. Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. Put your hands together for Pepe and the musician on stage. We're going to be going there a little bit so they could take the wake into a spiritual vibes, but anybody else? There are some people on the outside who buy the bar. If you're outside and you want to make a contribution, now is the time, right? Your tributes, we're asking people on the outside. I just met one of Duce's daughter. Let me say, I don't know all Duce's children, to be honest. He's my good friend. But he has some things. This one is beautiful daughter. Put your hands together for her. Okay, lady says she's going to stand right in her seat and make her tribute. Just say your name.
My name is Grace Lynn Chance. I live directly opposite Duce, so he's my neighbor. And from what I know of him, he's a very generous guy. And the guy who just spoke there, I rarely used to see him religiously transporting Duce. So may his soul rest in peace.
Testimony. Who? Benskin? Okay. Just stay with me. Say your name.
Hi, good night. My name is Sharianne Mills. I want to take this time to say, Mr. Duce, I have known him for a couple of years, has gone by. I am the flag bearer for his band. So I want to say tonight, we had lost a very, very good legend where Pan is concerned. And under the states of Pan, I would like everyone, even though he's gone, he gone in body, he ain't gone in spirit. Right? So he would be remembered dearly by everyone. This is my contribution. I say to him, R.I.P., rest in peace, Mr. Duce.
Put your hands together with the flag woman. There ain't no band without a flag woman, and she really does carry the flag. Put your hands together for her. All right, more tributes. Any more tributes? How about you? You only tell me Pan come in. What you got to say? I'm going to let the secret out, you know. You got no secret. Oh, my Lord. Happy Valentine's. All right, so I think they say Ben Skin going for Ipan. Everyone know Ben Skin. He going representing Bethel. Mr. Joseph.
A pleasant evening to everyone. This evening I'm here as a pan man. I've been a pan man all my life, and I've known the deceased in the steel band industry. As we heard from the chairman of Panum Tobago just now, I am a former chairman of Panum Tobago. And it was at that time that I had most of my interaction with Duce. If it's one person I could have expected to oppose me in a meeting, it was Duce. We had a kind of roller coaster relationship. But however, it turned out to be very good at the end. At the end of it, after I demitted office, one day I drove into my yard, and who was behind me? It was Duce. Pull up. He wanted to have a chat with me to talk business in general. And I didn't know, but after my wife told me, she was there looking out the window, wondering, this is not the same man that you and he always falling out in Pan? And there we spent a very long time chatting about business in general. She sat there watching every minute of it because she couldn't believe what she was seeing. That is the man Duce. So on behalf of my family and I will want to extend deepest condolences to his family. May his soul rest in peace.
Thank you. And anybody knowing Duce or anybody who say there's Duce's friend, you and Duce have to break up or have to have a quarrel. You can't be friend with Duce right through. You and he at some time, words at the cross, or you had to reach the stage of almost fighting, and then the evening you come back, you see he embrace you. What happened? Oh God, man, don't take on that, no, man. Let me go now. And that was the kind of guy he is. He don't carry people, you know what I mean? He don't carry nothing. He tell you as it is, and that's what it is, and then he release himself. So I know he has no load wherever he is right now. He's being like, you know, people like to take things along. You know, I'm just holding the mic here, hoping that somebody will take it away from me to make a tribute. All the panists, all the pan lovers, focus on the outside. So, bring the tune up a little for me. You see? This is another hidden treasure, one of Duce's sons. First time I'm meeting him, all them years I know Duce. You see what I mean? Yeah, he resembles Duce in true. So we're going to take in a little music, and as soon as the band ready to take over with the signal us. In the meantime, anybody want to make a tribute? The floor is open. Somebody asked me to let you know the washrooms on that side, on my left, for those who want to use the washrooms. And if you want to refresh yourself, I think there's some refreshment on the outside. So it's all about celebrating here tonight, celebrating the life of one of Tobago's cultural icon in the sphere of the steel band. And you know, just wait until to give you your flowers. So I know he'll be recognized after he passed with his contribution, and to take in pan to another level. The only pan maker we have in Tobago, we had in Tobago that I know of, was living. You still have more pan makers? Well, you see, Froggy say take up the trade. I know that because I understand as soon as Duce pass, Froggy, he get the stash and the hammer. He had a hammer. So nobody ain't getting him hammer. So we have Ben Skin about to do something. So we're going to take in some background music. As I said, this was Duce's favorite song, 2010 Panorama winner, Radica. And he loved this. So take it up. right, so before we move on with the band, we have a gentleman here. Everybody know him. He was very close to Aaron and Tony Duce. I know him as Skipper York, and he's going to make his contribution.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fulton Joseph York. Fulton Joseph York is my name. They call me the Skipper. Or Skipper York. Okay. All right. Duce is my nephew. Duce was born 1949. I was about 12 or 13 years of age. I was sent to Pisha Hill. I was born in the year 1938 to bring Duce, Iron, Nolly, and Sunny to Buku. My little brother Benedict. My brother Benedict was about 5 years. Duce was about 2.5 to 3 years old. He was heavy. He was a long little child, lovely. We carry with him and we bring him down. We put him to stand up. Duce standing on his toes, not walking at all. Duce came and grew in Buku with my mother, Malta Guy York. Duce and I and my brother Benedict, all my sisters, we go together as one. So Duce was a special child. Duce go with us, always a quiet fella, always cool and calm, hardly speak. Now Duce is a very nice nephew to me. We fought that many times because he's a high-tempered man, just like me. Get arrogant very quick. How long that will last? No time. Just a couple seconds. I will pass him straight. I don't go in the garage. He go pass by me. And so what happened? Are you vexed with me or? I say, yeah. So you go vexed with me. Say, me no mean nothing, man. Me and you the same thing. Where you going on so far? I say, right. I was shocked before Duce died when I saw my nephew. Didn't have the chance to talk to him, but he came to me when I lost my son sometime in July. He said, Skipper, where you go to Dubai? You want any help? I said, boy, me I want no help now. I said, his brothers and them decide to bury him. And that was the case. Bring it the car. Says, Skipper, take that. He push it in his pocket, he say, hold that. I was shocked to hear my nephew die. My nephew had a business. I had many cars. If I go by Duce, say, Duce, I want 4 tires, me have no money. So you go pay? I say, I work in, I go pay. Call, say, Froggy, Jason, put 4 tires on Skipper car. I will pay. And if I do not pay, he does not harass me. So on, so on, so on. Duce was a gentleman. Many people that Duce have had as his friend, they were not his friend. I called my nephew and pulled him aside. I said, listen, know your friends. But Duce was a lackadaisic fella. He respects everybody. He loves everybody. He helps everybody. And this is the end of Duce. He died with pan in his brain. The first time I see my nephew tune up, and I was shocked. In his house, ponging, 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 ponging. Just keep up. If you're going to make, that's what you're going to make. Continue. And Duce made it. He made it. I was happy for him when he made it, when he make it. Tobago will lose a good man. Duce was a helper. Duce helps the poor. He even helped the rich. Now he's in the mortuary, dead. Duce is my sister child, my first sister, my father's first child, Joycelyn York Peters, born in Peach Hill. My mother is from Peach Hill. She's a guy. Banky, the dancer boy, the old dancer man, and the tambourine. My mother, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, I will miss Duce. Duce was a lover boy. And everybody knows, everybody has their way of life. Everybody likes something. Nobody should be against Duce. Loving something. Many people wake up in the morning with nothing to cook with the children. They come by Duce. I used to be in the garage there with him. I used to be there with him. He helped. I could remember Duce was real tears, talks less. My mother will cook for the household, give Duce his food. Duce will eat just a little portion of his food. And you have a little pup in the yard or a dog, you call and give the dog the rest. Give the dog the rest of the food. I'm a pan man. They call me skipper. I don't know why and how I could be a skipper. I play pan since about 14 years. Buccaneers, full-time skipper. Benedict York, Michel Bruce, Roy Roberts, that is deceased now, Glenford Roberts, Enos Kent, small man right in my father's property called Pretenders Steel Orchestras, playing in Compound Hotel on the Bay every Wednesday night. There, we used to play. We never idle. as young men in Boko. We, Fulton, Benedict, Mitchell, and many associates put Boko on the map. I went to St. Patrick EC, and they call us Boko and Fish. But when exam time comes, students from Boko cutting their throat. Carlos Dillon, Winston Dillon. Let me. Dr. Remy, all of us, classmates, Fulton, was there with them. Now Duce is dead. It hurt us. Duce is a York. And we are feeling it. We have lost three of the family in the space of 4 months. How much more we are going to lose? Duce, you have gone, but your name will be forever in Boko. We know that kings have no honor in their country, but Duce, you will be honored. You will be honored in Boko. You will be honored in Boko. Your family is proud of you. And many people are proud of you, Duce. You are not alone, Duce. Sometime we'll be there with you. May you rest in peace. Your uncles, Skipper, York, Fulton Joseph A. York.
Put your hands together for Mr. York. Brother family. So now we turn to the band on stage. Ben Skin and the band going to give us some rendition up there.
could play something else? Huh? You could go ahead?
Yeah, so that was Ben Skin. Put your hand together for Ben Skin. Yeah. A lot of you know, but Ben Skin was the most well-dressed policeman in Trinidad and Tobago, you know. You don't know that? Pants right up by his chest. Now he's a preacher, eh? Be careful. Put your hands together for Ben Skin, man. All right, so I understand we want to get the vocal choirs and thing moving to take over the week in full swing. I understand. Wiggy, you're still moving on the outside or you're staying inside? You're staying inside. I understand they want to move the band on the outside. I don't know for what reason. Maybe they feel more comfortable. Huh? They want the people out. Anyway, that's their decision. So, DJ, anybody else want to make any tribute before we close off this segment? All right, so we will allow the DJ to take it over from here, and then we're going to switch to the band. All right?
Well, then we're going to sing us some Jamaican songs. But if we sing them, you got to get out of those seats and you got to dance like you're really from Jamaica. Or your parents were from Jamaica, parents were from Jamaica. But I want you to be true to who you are. I want to see my Jesus someday. I got my mind made up, and I won't turn back, 'cause I want to see my Jesus someday. Come on, everybody sing. I've got my mind made up, and I won't turn back, 'cause I want to see my Jesus someday. I've got my mind made up.
Check.
And I won't turn back, 'cause I want to see my Jesus someday.
Good evening, everyone. I am here representing Black Rock Government Primary School and Buku Government Primary School. I'm here to talk about Duce generosity towards the school and the children of those communities. Every Christmas, we would have our Christmas tree that is at Black Rock, and you could put your pot on the fire and expect a hefty contribution from Duce. Actually, sometimes we would have money to buy some small apples, but when Duce's contribution come in, we changed the idea and we got the biggest apples for the children. Duce was very generous to children. Every Christmas and even during the term, if we short, we could always call on Duce and Duce would come up for the children. And he would always say, it's for the children, you know, that kind of thing. And when I went to Buku, it wasn't different. You know, of course, Black Rock was his community, but I have to try a thing. I said, well, Duce, I'm in Buku now, you know. You're from Buku, so you had to give Buku too. So Duce did start to give, I think, the first year, but Duce's sister, Miss Felder, she is very generous to the school. Anything we ask Miss Felder, she would do for us. You know, she has the business there and she would support us. So maybe it's a generous family. So it would be remiss of me if I don't express condolences to the family on behalf of the principal and staff and children of both schools. And we hope that, well, the business will live on and we could always go and say, well, hello, maintain Duce's legacy and give us a little thing. All right, so I really want to extend condolences and may his soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you.
Thank you. So, let's go back to the DJ.
want something that mix up everything. So them children are there again by. The day you go in church, Agboom when he stopped for church, last time they walk in church, one people. Mosquito, he two shoes and them jump out. Boom. Mosquito, I don't know anything.
Jason telling me to go by bicycle.